Yo, what's good? It's Chosen NC, and I'm back with another video. And for this video, I really want to touch on the topic of your presence and our energy. You know, we gotta really just understand that our presence and our energy is laying the frequency, is laying the intent for the experiences that we will experience within our life. And we don't need to necessarily do more within our life. Just by us simply embodying our presence and allowing ourselves to dive deeply into the capacity of our internal world and really just take up space, not externally but internally, and allow ourselves to feel each and every breath of our corners of our life. It's allowing us to be in a beautiful state within our life, you know, allowing us to perform at the fullest of our capabilities. And this is just about us giving ourselves the capacity and allowing ourselves to feel our presence. And the first thing I want to talk about is I feel like we have created this belief system where we feel like we need to do more within our life in order to receive the blessings that we want within our life, in order to receive the change that we want within our life. But it's not really about doing more within your life. It's about being more, you know, embodying and aligning to the person that you want to be in order to receive what it is that you want within your life. You know, we don't necessarily need to do more. We don't necessarily need to strain our body in order to keep up with the things that we want within our life, because just by us being us, by us embodying the presence that we are embodying, and by us having this energy that we have, we are doing more than enough within our life. So you gotta understand that it's not about you doing more within your life. It's about you being more within yourself. You know, really diving deep into who you are and not letting anyone validate you except yourself. Understanding that you are the creator of your reality, and you are creating the reality that is directly for you. You know, I feel like sometimes when we say that we need to give ourselves the capacity, we think about it in an external source. You know, we think, oh, we need to stand taller, we need to be more confident, we need to do more actions, but it's not about doing more. You know, it's about being more and aligning to who you are, because our internal world is what creates our external world. You know, everything is all a mirror. Everything is a mirror, and everything is a mirror of how we feel between ourselves, how we feel about ourselves, and how life is lived through ourselves. You know, you got to stop looking for the external world to validate you, because when you look for the external world to validate you, you become a backseat driver within your own vehicle. You know, life is your own vehicle. This body is your own vehicle, and you should have full control over everything that you do. You know, you should have full awareness over everything that you do, understanding that it is all reflective to your actions and how you feel about yourself internally. You know, stop letting the external world validate you, because that's you becoming a slave to the external world. You know, that's you limiting yourself based off what the external world can give you, because you're not understanding the true power that you hold within yourself. You know, it's all about love. It's all about loving yourself and coming back to remembering the true being of yourself. You know, understanding and remembering who you were as an infinite being, as an infinite consciousness, and not limiting yourself in any sense. You know, just being and embodying the person that you came here to be. You know, not limiting yourself for anyone else, but just being who you truly were. So it's about you just taking full control of your life, understanding that this is your life to create. This is your life to express. And if you let the world limit you in a sense of what you can express, you will only live a limited life. You know, you got to stop thinking that everything is out of our control. We are the direct creator, generator, operator, and destroyer of our life. You know, we are creating a life for ourselves each and every day with every decision that we make. And all of our decisions have consequences. You know, it has other choices in other timelines that will create to your timeline. You know, it's aligning to different timelines within your life, because you are making different choices within your life. So understand that this is your life to live. You know, you are a creator, and because you are a creator, you should give yourself the capacity to create the fullest. You know, you should never want to create a half painting or create an unfinished painting. You know, you got to really dive deep within yourself each and every day and just try to create. You know, express yourself in the truest way. Who cares what anyone else has to say about you? Just be you. You know, keep creating art. Art is what you are. You know, art is a form of love, and you are love in its purest form. So understand that this is your life to live. You are the creator within your life, and life is what you make it. Peace.